Hello and welcome to the fifth round of the Synergy F1. It's been jam-packed with action so far in the league, and yeah, quite exciting to be honest. So hello and welcome to the fifth round of the Synergy F1. Today we are racing on the Bahrain International Circuit, which first opened in 2004 and hosts drag races, F2 races, and the annual Bahrain Grand Prix. The construction of the Bahrain circuit was a national objective initiated by the Crown Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. I needed to say that slowly just so I get it right for you guys. The circuit was designed by the German architect Hermann Leich. I think I said it right, who also designed the Sepang circuit in Malaysia. The total cost of the circuit was approximately $150 million and has 6 separate tracks, including a test oval which they used last year and a drag strip. So I don't know if anyone followed the races last year, but they did the original track, which you can see on screen now, and they did the outer circuit basically to fill up the grid for the F1 basically. So yeah, I just want to check something quickly on my OBS. I think that's better now. Yeah. So Roman Grosjean was involved in a massive accident last year where his car split the barrier after touching wheels with Daniel Kvyat. It was recorded that the shock of the crash was up to 53 Gs. Can you imagine that? 53 Gs of force. Where the car went through the barrier, splitting the car in half, engulfing it in flames. So yeah, it was pretty gruesome sight, but you know, thanks to the new halo in place, it saved his life and he was able to get out in a matter of seconds, coming out with only burns in his hands. And luckily the safety measures put in place, they actually had to wear new suits as well, which initially saved his body from massive burns as well. But anyways, going down into the Mercedes now. Unfortunately, 2 of the reserve drivers couldn't make it, so Matthew Smith is stepping in at the moment. As you can see, he's had 1 race start at the moment. If you look at his stats there at the bottom, it says 11 and 15, so he manages to qualify 9th on the grid consistently, although he just had 1 race, so he still has to bump up those numbers. As you can see also in the race, he finished 5th last race, so quite good for the Mercedes duo there, as their 1 driver showed, so Matthew needs to bring it home himself. Going into the Red Bull duo, we have the 2 Rayner brothers heading it up, both with 3 races in hand. They did miss a race, 2 races each. Not everyone can make it to the races, so we understand. Jason Gibson has retired from the league just so he can practice a little bit more in terms of getting used to the track. Oh, I just want to check something. Gibson has retired from perfect. Yes, so as you can see, both 3 race starts. Gideon is leading the championship at the moment, but followed by one of the McLarens, and the Red Bull is also leading the constructors, as you can see from their stats there. 2 race wins for Gideon. His brother doing quite well in the races, averaging 3rd overall, and also Gideon averaging 1st overall, so he'll be the one to beat today in Bahrain. Looking at McLaren, we have Anthony Barbera, who's sitting 2nd in the championship, consistently in the league, so one of those people to watch every race. He'll be looking to do a quicker strategy. He always goes for the alternate strategy, which works out quite well for him. Very consistent in points, so we'll see there. Jordan Talmay replacing Josh, not today in the seat. He's done 1 start, so this will be his 2nd start, but as you can see from his qualifying stats there, he's averaging 2nd. Yet to do well in the races, but he's also one to watch, very quick and very loved within the paddock. Looking at Racing Point, we have Leandre Boshoff and Ruan Bronkhorst, both the first team drivers both sitting in there. Ron also being one of the most consistent drivers to be on the pack there in terms of being within the race. So yes, the Racing Points will be looking to do well in the league today. Looking at the Renault pair, we have Peter standing in for Adi Ross, who stepped down today, so he'll be looking to grab some points. Does quite well with these stats, as you can see there. 2 starts, he's already qualified, he's already averaging a qualifying of 3rd place, and in the race he averages about, shall we say, 7 places there. So yeah, he does quite well in the points. We have Pierre Grief, who's sitting in the number 1 car as well. Did quite well in Spain. Just unfortunate with some events there, so he'll be looking to show people what he's got. So let's see how well he does. Looking at the Ferrari duo, we have the first 2 team drivers to race today, so they are very consistent with the points. As you can see from the stats, they basically match each other tit from tat, and they are working quite well as a team and sitting 2nd in the championship. Elliot Reed is their second driver, well, their reserve driver, and he will be on the sidelines today as both the first team drivers have joined. Looking at the AlphaTauri outfit, we have Mohammed Faizan and Matt Harris joining in for the race today, so both their first team drivers are in the race for today, both doing quite well. Looking to probably get in the points today, so we'll see how well they do today. Matt Harris has impressed us with his tire wear, so maybe he might get through with a 1 stop today in Bahrain, which is quite hard. Looking at the Alfa Romeo, we have Bailey, who's the junior admin of Synergy F1, as you can see, averaging 9th in qualifying and averaging 9th in the race, so he's quite consistent with points and stuff. Actually, it's Harvey Cummings that's making his debut today in the Synergy F1 League, and he's also impressed me in the Open League. So we'll be keeping an eye on him, as he's quite consistent with his lap times, keeps his nose clean, so a very good driver to watch out for there. Looking at Haas, we have Philippe, who is in the first driver's seat, and Abdella in the second driver's seat. Both did well in Brazil. Philippe carrying the team, as there were one driver short in the previous race, so he'll be looking to do well there. So we go into the Williams. We have Ockert van Rensburg joining in, but forced. Actually, would it be Ockert or no? But I know for a fact that it's Alfred J who's in the Williams at the moment. I just need to find out whether... Oh no, it's actually Alexander Kim who is sitting in the second seat for today, as Ockert van Rensburg couldn't make it. He's averaging 10th place qualifying and 10th place in the race, so we'll be looking. He was doing quite well until the spin unfortunately spun him out, so he'll be looking to make his mark in the league in Bahrain today. Looking at the driver standings, I just have to... It's quite a lot of people to go through here, so I'll just pop it up for a little bit. A lot to cover here. I just need to get rid of the Synergy logo here for us, because quite a lot of drivers have gone through. As you can see, there's been about 28 drivers that's gone through our league so far, with Gideon sitting comfortably in first with 69 points, followed by Anthony Barber with 57 points, and Jans van Rensburg with 43, with Philippe following in fourth. Lorenzo has retired from the session, so his points will still be on top of the league there until the start of the next season. We like to give the people a little bit of chance. Maybe they'd like to come back and stuff. We do have regulations in terms of that to prevent people from coming back as well, so we'll just wait and see till next season whether that happens or not. Cool. Looking at the constructors standings at the moment, I just want to get the Synergy logo back up now. Red Bull sitting comfortably in first, with Ferrari in second, McLaren comfortably in third there, Anthony getting most of the points there, Haas in fourth, Mercedes in fifth, AlphaTauri in sixth, Alfa Romeo in seventh, eighth is Renault, ninth is Racing Point, and Williams in 10th. Not quite realistic standings, but we try to make it as even as possible, and so far it's just turned out it looks like the real life kind of thing. So except for Mercedes, I feel like, and Haas, So there is a little bit of discrepancies with the stuff like that. But going on to the tire strategy for Bahrain, I think it's about 28 laps. If you half that, it's usually 57 laps. Obviously, your first choice would probably to qualify on the mediums, going on to the hards with a one-stop strategy. But just as nearly quick, you could probably go with the soft to hards, but you will struggle towards the end of the race. I generally do a soft, medium, soft in the game, but I do struggle towards the end. It's just that initial quick, like go from the start, 4 laps, quick laps, and like you kind of defend on from that. Also, what you can do is a soft, medium, very common in 18-minute qualifying in the game, so probably see a lot of people go onto that strategy today. Maybe take the alternate of a soft, medium, soft. We'll have to see, or even a soft, medium. So quite a lot to see in this race. But yeah, shall we go on to see the track guide then, shall we? Always interesting to see what that's like.
The 2016 Bahrain Grand Prix is the 12th running of the race on the Gulf Island nation and the 3rd since it switched to a night race. The drivers start their laps by accelerating along the 1 kilometre pit straight. In 2015 they were hitting 330 kilometres an hour before hitting the brakes, one of the biggest stops of the F1 season for the 70 kilometre an hour turn 1. This will also be the main overtaking spot in the race. Turn 2 follows immediately and the drivers accelerate up through the right-hand kink of 3 before building up to 300 kilometres an hour and then slamming the brakes into 4. This is a good place to overtake if you've been passed into turn 1. The next sequence of sweeping downhill bends comes in quick succession. Turns 5, 6 and 7, testing the aerodynamics of the car. The drivers will be doing 250 kilometres an hour when they arrive into the braking zone for the right-hander at turn 8 in second gear. Then it's a short squeeze on the power up to 9 and 10, which form a tricky double apex left-hander. The drivers shift down to 80 kilometres an hour in second gear. The back straight features a second DRS zone. The drivers hit 315 kilometres an hour by the time they reach turn 11, a sweeping uphill left-hander. After taking a wide line on the exit, turn 12 forms a tricky 7th gear right, and the drivers will then be straight on the brakes to nail the apex of turn 13, 125 kilometres an hour at the top of the ride. It's important to get a good exit on the following straight, as the drivers were building up to top speed of 305 kilometres an hour last year. Turns 14 and 15 form the difficult final corner back onto the pit straight. The drivers will brake to 120 kilometres an hour in third gear as they try and carry as much speed as possible through the corner. Then it's back up through the gears for the blast down the pit straight and another lap of the Bahrain International Circuit.
Hello and welcome back. As you can see, the session is already starting. Today joining me in the commentary box we've got Quintin and Josh. Welcome, guys.
Hello everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what are you guys interested to see in this race today?
I'm hoping that my Ferrari boys do well, but I'm also very curious to see if the two Renner brothers are going to continue the massive momentum that they've been building up and carry their lead even further for the championship.
Yeah, you, Josh, who are you looking to see that impresses today?
You know, to be honest, I'm gonna go with my default choice of the McLaren boys because both of those guys are really fast. Yeah, so I wish them the best of luck today. And all of these guys are crazy fast.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
It's going to be an interesting race.
Definitely. As we can see, the boys are probably readying up and choosing their setups as we speak now. 18 people on the grid. Probably people... Would you stand by to wait and see who goes out on what tire choice first, or would you just be the first one to go out? 18 people on the grid.
Originally first, just so I can set that banker, and then a bit later on, maybe do a secondary one. It depends. It depends on how the track changes and things like that.
Yeah, as we see, one of
so far everybody seems. We finally have two cars that left their pits. The guys were all sitting around waiting for the guys to head out. Nobody wanted to be the first one on track.
It's actually interesting seeing Alex go out first, because he's usually the first people to, well, one of the last people to go out the pit, as I realized in the last league race. So quite a change of advance.
Really impressed us with his debut races and stuff. He's massively quick and has a lot of potential. This is one of our reserve drivers that's currently, racing in our Formula 2 league. So we definitely have high hopes for him.
Yeah, he's definitely, he's also up there in the F2 league. I think sitting third in the championship, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, as we see, he's going out right now. Hopefully you guys can also see my screen.
Yeah, we got everybody out on softs except for Pierre. He's heading out on mediums.
Let's have a look there. We can actually check the fitted stats here. Where is it though? Broadcast fastest.
No, it's under.
There we go. As we can see them now. So yeah, Pierre, the only one. It seems like we have quite a few guys out on track as we're on board with Gideon now, who is sitting comfortably in the Synergy F1 League standings. Quite one to be. He's one to beat in this league, actually, you know? Do you think he would be getting bored by the fact that he's winning lately, or do you think someone's going to be challenging him today?
I would never get tired of winning.
Yeah, neither would I.
As I see, Bernard has left the session. Maybe we should just...
I'll sort them out. Don't worry
cool,
about
perfect. In your experience in racing in the league, Josh, how do you find these drivers?
Scary, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, these guys are, like I said earlier, like ridiculously quick. And I think it's going to be a very tight battle up front, especially with Bernard. I think he's leading the championship at the moment. Leandre Boschov, Pierre Grief.
Oh, we saw Connor retire. What happened there to Connor?
Did Connor retire?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I think he lost it.
I think he lost it around one of the corners. Yeah, you see it just in the last section there of sector 2.
That is a tricky corner, I must admit. You know what I think he did? He must have clipped the curb and lost his rear end. So that's a possibility right there as we are on board with Alexander Kim, who's just about to set his lap coming around the penultimate corner here. Do you think he'll do well? I think a time here, the best you should set is about a 126 to the 125s. And what does he make it in? A 126.6. So he sets his banker up there. Let's go up the order a little bit here as we see. Let's go on board.
Also, Peter also had a bit of a spin out there in Sector 2. People are having issues in Sector 2.
Yeah, definitely.
This is obviously going to mean that Connor is going to start at the back of the grid when the race starts.
Yes, we go on board with Philippe here, who just started his lap, as we see Gideon with a 125.9, setting the tone for the rest of the pack right now, sitting comfortably in first with that time. We're on board with Philippe. yeah, any comments about Philippe here? I think he's a really consistent driver, and he's also one of my teammates in the other league. So I rate him really highly. What you guys think of Philippe?
Yeah, he's been one of those silent but violent guys. Eh? He's like low profile, but he's very consistent. If I'm not mistaken, he's scored points in every single race so far.
Yeah, definitely, he does the same. And Josh, have you ever raced against Philippe on track yet?
To be fair, I'm always at the back, so I haven't had the privilege yet of battling him one-on-one.
Yeah.
But I look forward to that. I really do.
Yeah, as we see. Sorry.
Based on his general pace, I mean, he's consistent. He's reliable. I think he can definitely fight for podiums today, as well as the McLaren boys. I think both of them have the pace to fight for podiums.
Yeah, definitely.
We got Jordan Tomei. Speaking of, we got one of the McLaren boys taking pole at the moment.
I was about to say, is Bernard has rejoined the session now. Jordan putting in a time of a 1:25.
Bernard did mention that he's having issues with his machine today, so we might see him drop off on occasion.
As we just get a little bit of a notification that you guys are a little bit low in our Discord chat, so I'm gonna bump up you guys a little bit here, so just excuse me, stream. I will bump it up to 120, and let's see if that works fine now. There we go. Perfect. Hopefully we can hear both of you perfectly.
We got one of the Ferrari boys there in third place.
Quinton pulling a 126.091 there. Leandre. As Anthony sends me a message saying, only Josh's bike is low, you fool. Thank you, Anthony.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What?
No, it's just your mic that is low. And Anthony was just Anthony was just calling me a fool because I thought it was both of you. Who else is out on lap now? Concentrating on Matthew Smith right now, sitting in the lonely Mercedes. The Mercedes team having issues with the drivers lately. Hey, I don't see how they could fix it, as they both basically on their reserve drivers now. And going on board with him right now, coming through this tight right-hander here, making his way up through the gears, probably hitting about 220 kilometers before he breaks right down to first gear again, switching it back up to third, getting back on the throttle here, DRS activated, down this back straight here, probably hitting about 280 kilometers before he drops down to about fifth or fourth gear there into this long left-hander and then onto a sweeping right-hander, carefully not clipping that curve, as we've seen one of the drivers crashing out there. This long right-hander here, you have to hold on the power just to make sure that you don't exit too much there. Down another long straight before the penultimate corner here, before he goes back on the main straight. What time will he pull? Looks like a very clean lap from Matthew here, and that would be a 126.9. So very impressive time there from Matthew, making his second debut. No, I wouldn't say second debut. I mean, you can't have two debuts, can you guys, huh?
No, I don't think so.
As we see, Jordan is out on a flying lap at the moment. Or no, his ERS is switched off there, as I can see from the flashing lights. Connor is back in the session again. Who else is yet to set a time? As we see someone cutting the corner there and diving straight into the very interesting route there that he's taken.
Right, so we got you here in 8th place.
Yeah, it seems like a very tight pack there between, shall we say, 3rd to 8th?
We get to 8th, 6th. Separated by the second.
Yeah, it's crazy how that pack is backed up there, as we're on board with Bailey now, who's also trying to set his time. One of the junior admins. He's also quite consistent in the league, isn't Bailey?
Yeah, he's talented. Burnout, he's out lap. Hopefully he's going to bump up again. There.
Quinton, your mic seems to be cutting quite a lot there.
It might be my internet. Okay, I'll see what I can do in regards to that.
No worries, no worries. It just cuts out quite often there. So we're on board with Bailey, who's just about to set his lap, activating the last bit of DRS and up into fourth with a 126.1. Well done to Bailey. Impressive time there.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are so quick, and they have that passion and that drive to probably all of them to score points. But we'll see in the race.
Yeah, it's quite a competitive.
Apologies, Scotty. It looks like my I have to thank Microsoft for that. My updates were in the background.
Okay, you're still a little bit choppy there, but let's see how it improves throughout the race for you. As I think.
Okay.
Gideon Rayner with a 125.841. Massive there, as we're on board with Pierre Grief, who has a 127.864, looking to improve. I think he's sandbagging just a little bit there, so let's stay on board with him and see how well he's doing. Rolling with the number 14 number there, just like Fernando Alonso. He's got a little bit of a Fernando Alonso type driving, you think?
Look at now, the last bend now to put up his time.
Yeah, he's on the mediums again. You think he's going for the alternate strategy there, as we see someone else has jumped up. Looks like it was Leandre there with a 126.3, I do believe, as we're still on board with Pierre, who goes 8th fastest with a 126.569. Quite a close pack we've got here, eh?
Very driving by the guys so far.
Yeah, as we see Anthony Barbara on the mediums, only qualifying in 13th. If I was if you guys were Anthony, would you keep your lap time there in 14th, or would you go put on a pair of softs and try to get higher up into the timing? As we see Gideon putting in another lap of a 125.344.
Well, we can see that the strategy that Anthony is going for at the moment is definitely not the popular one, seeing as it's only him and Peter that are currently opting for mediums.
Yeah, as we on board with Bernard now.
Yeah.
But he's
I
just...
agree. I think knowing Anthony, I don't think he's going to be happy with that time. He'll definitely be looking to improve on that time.
Yeah, definitely, because he's sitting second in the championship, so he would want to stay out of trouble. Trying to just go down this order here as we're on board with Jordan Tolmay now. He's out on fast lap, I see, as his lights aren't blinking at the back there. Well, not that I can see. Jordan driving...
We got Peter that just started his lap now, finally.
He's on the mediums as well. Do you think he's also going to be going for that one-stop strategy, maybe?
Yeah, I think he might. The funny thing is he's gone out 2 times now and had to restart his lap.
As we see someone getting out the way from Jordan there. Quentin, your mic is working perfectly now, so...
Great, yeah, it's Windows updates with a fault.
And we're still on board with Jordan, as he's coming down the second last straight now, coming up to the main straight now. He will probably be one to... Oh, and he dives back into the pits. Interesting strategy there as we go down the...
Like Peter is having a hard time on this track there, Scotty. He's just invalidated his time once again.
Oh no! Clearly, he was one of the guys to actually say that this isn't his favorite track at the moment. Trying to start a crew to kind of change the track. But no, we've set the calendar and this is the way it will be.
Yeah.
But
I can see now why he doesn't like the track. He doesn't agree with him.
But in terms of racing, how do you think Bahrain stacks up? But do you think he's going to get in the way here of Matthew? We could stay on board. No, he doesn't. Gets out the way cleanly. Well done. Gracic making his F1 debut as well for the Haas team today. He'll be looking to do well. Sitting in 16th place there. Just moving up.
Very good.
As we see Jordi van der Zee, one of your Ferrari boys, is on a fast lap right now. There's 3 minutes left in the session, just enough time for one more run for these drivers. In terms of going into turn 1 from the start, how packed can it get there? Because from my knowledge of racing on this track, it's quite tricky in the start there.
Yeah, you definitely also want to, be gradual on the power, and you don't want to, put your foot down too quickly. Otherwise, you can very easily lose it over there.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Geordie coming around the second, one of the last corners there, down the second last straight now. Very clean lap from him. Haven't seen his delta times yet, but hopefully he does improve on his time, sitting in 12th there for the Ferrari team, and he gets a time of a 126.5
of a second.
Jeez, look how close it is between 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yeah, that gives he's gone up from 11th to 8th. Well done.
Amazing drive. It's an amazing lap.
Yeah, definitely is. We see Matthew is on a cool down lap at the moment. Alexander sitting out. A lot of people on their out laps at the moment.
Peter is still the only one to set a time, or still to have set a time. He's still battling to get the number down.
Yeah, definitely, and he's on his out lap. We're just gonna see who's one of the first guys to set their out laps. I think it would be Bernard, if I'm not mistaken, followed by Leandre Bushoff as well. Yeah, let's go on board with. Actually,
I think the two Renault boys are following each other very closely. Do you think Peter's gonna hold up Pierre at all? They're both on their outlet at the moment.
Interesting. Well, I'm on board with Gideon at the moment, who's leading the championship. He's just started his flying lap. We'll let the two Renault boys there see who's going first and who's not. Maybe they're actually planning a tactic together there, seeing who can give who a slipstream there. So we'll have to wait. But we see one of the Renaults slowing down at the moment. As we see, we're on board with Gideon, who still has the fastest lap of a 125.3, followed by Jordan, who is down by at least 5/10.
And Quinton's improved on his time as well, but it hasn't changed his position.
Almost hitting the 125s there, which is close enough. It seems like the first two are going to get away from the pack quite comfortably. In terms of race paces, we're on board with Gideon now, coming around these sweeping left and right-handers. He's actually switched off his ERS. I think he's happy with his...
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by Bailey as well. He's out-qualifying Bernard there. Oh, and as I said that, Philippe just knocked Quinton off the third place spot.
Oh, wow! In about, 200th of a second close to Jordan there. That was a massive time there by Philippe.
It was a massive time. There's only 3 of them that's managed to break the 126s.
Yeah, definitely. I'm on board with Jordan now, seeing if he's done. Oh, we see a Haspin out there. Jordan is about 300ths of a second up on his time right now. Well, 3/10, sorry, actually, up on his time. So this looks like it's going to be a mega fast lap as Leandre pushes Jordan down by 1 place as well. What time would this be for Jordan?
Wow. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Jordan.
Jordan just pushed Leandre back down.
Yeah, and about 1/10 slower than Gideon over there. Impressive. Who else is yet to go across the line? As we see a little bit of a pack up there. Bernard.
Peter's time. That's good enough for 12th.
As we are on board with Anthony Barbara now, but his ERS is switched off, so I guess 9th place for our second in the construction there. Quite a lot going on track now, guys. Peter has retired from the session. I don't know if that's...
He's just finished his fast laps and he's just getting out of the way.
He qualified in 11th and 12th. Interesting. As we're on board, who else has yet? As we see, Matthew Smith is the only one out to do a lap time. He's about 100th of a second down on his time, or 200th if I'm rounding it off correctly. He's going around this left-hander here. Gideon sets the fastest lap of a 125.219.
Can you check for us quickly, Scotty? I believe that could possibly be the 3rd time that Gideon's gotten pole.
It is actually. I think, I'm not too sure at the moment. I'm gonna have to find out afterwards. He did qualify pole in
Quickly check on that for us.
yeah, I think it's pole in Spain, and what was the last track we were in? As we're on board with Matthew, does he set a quicker lap to bring him up the order? Let's find out now. And Matthew gets up to 9th place. Well done to him. It seems like most of the drivers are done as we speak.
Oh, my mistake. He's had pole position once. This will be his second time.
Okay, that makes sense now. I think Elliot beat him in the last round, didn't he?
I can't recall exactly, but I know that Gideon is massively impressive.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I'll be right back, gentlemen. You guys can chat it out with each other there.
Right, as we're seeing this session come to the dying moments, we've got 10 seconds left for the guys to get across the line. Those that are still out on their laps.
Yeah, it looks like most of the guys have finished. We're just waiting on the last few. And
there we go.
It is.
So we got Gideon there for pole position.
Yeah, an amazing drive by him. I'm sure he's going to be well pleased with that. Jordan in second, and Leandre in third. 3 very, very quick guys.
Oh, I am back, and looking down the times, we have Gideon, Jordan, and Leandre taking first, second, and third, followed by Philippe, Bernard, Quinton, Alex, Bailey, Matthew, Anthony Barbara, Pierre Grief, Jordan Van der Zee, splitting the two Renaults there in the Ferrari. It seems like your Ferrari cars are struggling. Your Ferrari drivers are struggling in Bahrain.
No, I was actually just thinking about that. You know what, the times are not bad, but I just mentioned to my parents as well that it's the level of competition that is that good. You know, it's like if you look at the guys' times, everybody set a very good time, but because there's so many people that are setting great times, this is the result.
Yeah, exactly. As we see everyone's picking their tire strategy at the moment. What would you guys go for your tire strategy if you had to be in this race?
I would probably go soft mediums.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same. Yeah, soft mediums.
You guys do know that on this track that wouldn't be possible, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, usually what the tire strategies would be is probably a soft medium or a soft medium soft, or you could go from this.
Of course, because we're doing 50% races instead of 25. That's why I made the mistake.
Bahrain is quite gruesome in terms of tire wear. You know, most.
All right, as we guys see the guys make their formation lap.
Yeah, definitely.
Leading them around.
I will get the telemetry. We don't want to see that because we don't want to give away anyone's data in terms of broadcasting there. Position changes. As we got.
Oh, Scotty.
Yes.
So unfortunately, I can't see the live stream, so I'm just following what you're doing from the game itself.
Oh no, that's perfect.
Yeah, Scott, are you sharing your screen there for him on Discord?
Yes, it should be there on the. Can you see my screen?
No, I'm actually following in game because I didn't have enough time to connect my second monitor.
Okay, no worries. It should be shared on Discord. I'll have a look as we see Gideon leading the pack there. Where's my Discord now? Yeah, I am streaming it on Discord, so if you guys want, you're more than welcome to watch it.
Yeah, I've tried to watch it a few times.
As we see the tire predictions pop up there on our screen. Let me try fix this. It's soft, medium, the game is telling us, but you know, these drivers are quite experienced in the game, so they'll be looking to do their own strategy there.
An interesting little comment here that if you look at the tire choices, everybody from 11th to 17th went with mediums, and we also have then Connor in 18th position also then going with the softs. Everybody in the top 10 went with the softs, obviously, because they qualified on those.
There we go. As I have just shared it with now. So from 11th to 17th, everyone is on the mediums, and from 1 to 10 everyone's on the softs because that is the tires they qualified on. And Connor Bergstrom choosing the alternate of a soft, looking to get through the medium pack before everyone else does, before they get into the pits. So that's going to be interesting to see. Let's go on board with I'm going to follow Leandre for the start here. I don't know if you guys want to check the back of the pack there, as we are waiting for the rest of the grid to join up now. The intensity builds as we wait for the lights to start. And there we go. We got 3 lights, 4, 5, and we're off. As there's a little bit of a lag from my side, and there the drivers go as we see Philippe getting in a massive start there as the boys come down the main straight there. Looks all clean. See a little bit of swerving there as they come all side by side into this corner. We see Gideon dive down the inside there, reclaiming his first place there. Oh, Connor looks like he left the session. We see Leandre in third. Quite a clean start as we see someone go off there. Who was that? It was Alexander.
Williams and a blue one, AlphaTauri.
Oh my gosh, that looked like one of the Roman Grosjean cars.
Alex, get out of the race.
Oh no, he's second league race there and he's gone out. As we see the safety car pulled out because of that accident. See the relatively, it seems like everyone got out unscathed. I don't see anyone's end plate missing.
The other person that was involved is Mohammed. He's missing a front wing.
Oh my gosh, clearly they came together there as the pack has bunched up after that first quarter. Intense there from the start. Looked like a very clean start from everyone though, but obviously you never...
Alexander, the loser in that encounter.
Yeah, it's a shame for his second race there, obviously getting a massive crash there. See a little bit of lag from some of the people there. Not to worry, should fix itself out in time.
Okay, so we should see Mohammed getting into the pits now to replace that broken front wing because he's missing an entire front wing. That would be the smart move, I would think.
Yeah, do you think people would dive into the pits now to change the softs into mediums? Or as we see Gideon, oh no! Gideon sells the dummy there. As we see Philippe, one of the top leaders, diving into the pits. What do you think he's going to go for? Hards? Two people...
Yeah, that is an interesting strategy. I wonder why he... you don't think he got damaged, do you?
I don't think so. I think he's going for...
He's going for the mediums.
Yeah, he's probably going for the medium strategy there. We see a few people in the pits. Quintin, Anthony, and Mohammed all into the pits there. As the rest of the guys are still out on their first choice tires. People are going to have to be very careful here not to get penalties. Hopefully they respect their boundaries and to not get 5-second time penalties. So, as we see both of the Reynolds jumping up into 6 and 8, them doing well.
Yeah, very good start from those guys.
Yeah, definitely. As also Matthew Smith, who started 9th on the grid, is now up to 4th. Impressive from him. He started towards the back of the grid actually. So the fact that he got such an amazing start on that opening lap, that is always a good thing to see. Yeah, definitely. It's not just one person that has pace, it's across everybody. Everybody has pace in this league. Definitely. I think it was a bad choice to go into the pits now if you're one of the top runners. That's just my opinion in terms of...
That's an interesting strategy. I don't think I would have done the same, but maybe they're feeling certain conditions out on track justify it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So as we wait, probably the safety car will go around once more. Just a little fact about Bahrain. Do you know how much this track actually costs to make?
I would guess at least a couple of $100 million.
And you, Josh, what do you think?
I don't know. I'll probably go with the same as because I wouldn't be able to even hazard a guess.
Yeah, so the estimated value of the Bahrain circuit is $150 million to make.
All right, as we see Mohammed now nearly catching up there with the rest of the pack.
Yeah.
One of the other, that looks like Connor that's still stuck in the pits.
Yeah, do you think he went for the alternate strategy there?
I wonder if he also got damage.
He's on board with Peter now. Probably just regretting the soft tire choice there. Maybe he had a little bit of a glitch in the game, which chose the softs for him as he probably wanted the mediums. As we see the back bunch up, trying to get the tires warm and everything.
Looks like Quinton also had a bit of bad luck because he was in the top 10 but is now dropped to 14th position.
Ooh, there's a little glitch there. There's a little glitch there from the safety car. Ooh. I see a little
bit of havoc there.
I just noticed the glitch with the game. Someone got DQ'd. I wasn't too sure.
Not on my side. I mean, like, I'm not seeing it.
Cool. Quinton, do you want to drop down into some of the team chats and ask if they're okay?
Okay, because on my side, nobody is showing up as disqualified.
Yeah, on my side, it's just showing up as DNF.
Yeah, there's only Alexander that's did not finish.
Okay, well, we'll carry on. I just saw the safety car behind everyone, which was a weird thing.
Yeah, but I think it was just on your side, because I checked when you mentioned it. I checked on my side and the safety car was fine.
Okay, cool,
so
perfect.
Maybe it was just a little bit of a lag issue there.
Well, safety car is in this lap as we see Gideon is backing up the pack there. Let's go on board with Gideon here.
And see him nail this start. Ooh, Anthony is right on him.
Let's see how well these boys do there. Still slowing up the pack there, choosing his moment when to accelerate, and he's off now.
But Jordan's right on him. He had very quick reactions time there.
Oh, geez, this is going to be very close for them up in front there as the safety car comes in and they've just gone out. Looks like a little bit of lag from the pack there, but Gideon has retained it. But the switch back on Gideon there from Jordan as they go side by side on the corner as they run up to the third corner.
There's three.
They're joined by three of them. Leandre coming up to second there.
Getting involved and takes the lead from them.
Oh my gosh, they're going into the... Oh, he has to drop up just a little bit there. So close from the three of them, side by side.
Oh, Matthew, I think he just clipped the wing there on Leandre. It looked like on my side.
It looks like there's no damage from anyone there as we go down the pack there. We have Bernard sitting comfortably in fifth there as they both all break. Ooh, a little bit of a knock there from some of the guys there, but it looks like everyone's still fine. Peter sitting sixth place there with a lot of people around him. Bailey in seventh there.
Gideon really doing an amazing job to defend that position from that attack.
Yeah, Philippe jumping up into 10th place after overtaking Ruan there. Well done to him. Ruan sitting in 11th after that overtake. It seems like everyone's settling into the race again there. As we see...
Gideon just set the fastest second sector.
Well done, though. Let's see how well they do as we see Anthony down in 14th place now, sadly. Your two Ferrari boys sitting in 12th and 15th at the moment. Yes. Well, they still have to go around quite perfectly as they were under the safety car, so probably the times will be dropping down just a little bit here.
Currently the boys are struggling a little bit. They're further down to where they started, but I've got faith that they'll be able to pull it back. Both of my drivers have proven in the past that they top 5 material and consistent, so I'm sure they'll be able to fight it back.
Yeah, as we see, Jordy just got past Grascic over there, and so did, I see there's a little battle going on between Philippe and Alfred at the moment, as that invited Quinton
close to Philippe there in for 10th place.
Yeah, but Philippe's made his pit stop, so if he can get past this pack quick as possible, I think he'll be on for a podium at least. As we see some of the front runners getting away now, see Bernard is closing up quite closely to Matthew right now, followed by Peter, who's sitting in 6th. Oh, that's Leandre! Leandre's And Bailey also! 2 cars! Same corner! They're definitely gonna have to pit for new wings now.
As well. It was Bailey.
It was Bailey and Leandre. Both of the two, both crashing out on the same corner, probably spinning out as they touch the curve there. They're definitely gonna have to pit for new wings now. As we're on board with Philippe and Alfred J, I'm not sure if DRS has been activated yet. It does not seem like it. It's probably this lap that the DRS is activated, so there's going to be a little bit of a DRS train at the moment as we're on board with Alfred.
Leandre and Bailey heading into the pits, replacing those front wings.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Philippe moving up into 7th, well overtaken there, but Alfred J is coming back at them. They're going side by side in the corner there as Philippe had to give back the position there because he was out of position just a little bit. Well played from the both of them, respecting both the parameters there. Exciting racing from the two of them as we see Peter is still up.
Yeah, and Scotty, we now also have both of the Ferrari boys up in the top 10. And I just mentioned a little while ago, I've got faith that they'll be able to fight their way back.
Yeah, as we're on board with Peter right now, who's at the back of Bernard, who has jumped up into 3rd place now. The two front row runners are pulling away from the pack quite comfortably, as first and second are at least 5 seconds ahead from the rest of the guys right now. There's also a little fight at the back between Connor and Mohammed Faizan, as I see, but looks like Connor is pulling away quite comfortably as Jordy gets past Ron over there. So
and your Renault boys are doing pretty good as well. I mean, Peter was struggling in qualifying, but he's sitting comfortably in 4th place at the moment.
Peter now as he makes a move on Bernard down the main straight. Does he make it stick? Exciting stuff. As he cuts there, he goes for the switch back now. They go side by side in the corner there as we see Peter retains position. But Bernard now has DRS out as he goes back, but he's low on DRS. He takes back the position there from Peter. Well done. Does he do the switch back on him? Ooh, a little step out there from Peter. You know, interesting enough as well, Peter does have the best tire strategy at the moment, sitting on those mediums as Bernard is on the softs right now. As we go down the order just a little bit, we see a little...
So obviously the softs are going to drop off pretty quickly from about lap 7-8. So that's why Scotty says that at the moment Peters is in a more comfortable position because those mediums are going to last longer.
Yeah, I think if I was Peter at this moment, I would actually stick behind him and wait till he goes into the pits, maybe save a little bit of fuel so you can get some clean air and kind of drive off into the distance there. As you can see, the dirty air is affecting his car just a little bit, but we're still on board with the two of them as they're busy fighting it out for 3rd place. Both still need to pit, but Peter is on the better tire strategy at the moment. As we can see, Bernard's running wide there, and
past him again.
Yeah, as we see, Bernard dives down into the pits now as he needs to make his pit stop. Peter and Pierre going up into 3rd and 4th. Well done to them as Philippe has made a pit stop already and he's up into 5th. So this is interesting tactic for Philippe.
Pierre lost it around corner 1.
No! Where did Pierre go? Oh, was that just a little...
Back in there around corner 1.
Was he tapped or did he just lose it on his own?
It looked like he lost it out. He was just pushing a little bit hard to keep up with his teammate.
Yeah, as we see, Leandre puts in the fastest lap of a 129.938. It's very sad to see Pierre there. Very quick driver, just plagued with bad luck in the league so far. Still a lot of racing to go, so we'll stay on board with him just a little bit as we see Connor there catching up to Anthony, who's sitting 2nd in the championship as we speak. Quite a DRS train there from Ruan, Anthony, and Connor there, so it's going to be interesting to see how this battle...
Quinton is busy chasing up on Alfred. He's getting very close, and he passes him. Past Alfred for 5th position. Followed closely, and he pulled his teammate right past Alfred as well.
Yes, we see Anthony just got past Rohan there. Rohan spins out on track, sending him into the shadow realm there. Luckily, he's ghosting there, so won't be... As we see both of your Ferrari boys 5th and 6th now, eh?
Like 2-3 laps ago, they were outside of the top 10. So that's why I have faith in my boys.
Well, obviously now,
Not anybody.
as we see,
Be challenging his teammate and switching positions with Quinton there.
as we see Gideon and Jordan both battling it out there, as Jordan goes up into first, but Gideon coming around the outside of him, taking his first place back as Jordan pulls out through that these long chicanes here. It's quite a battle up in front here as they clearly blitzing away from the rest of the pack there. Exciting race so far from these boys. As I look down the map, I can see Bernard is closing up onto Ruan at the moment now. Does he get past because he has DRS at the moment? Seems like he's going to make it easy for himself there. Ghosting just a little...
Work there by Bernard.
Yeah, definitely. We could see Bernard pulling away there, ghosting as well. Well done to Bernard, getting past Ruan there. Both of the
Jordan
force...
is past Gideon there.
We just missed it. But they're coming up to the straights now, so let's stay on board with Gideon at the moment, who's about 5/10 down on Jordan. I think this is the time now where they'll be starting to think to pit now. Both probably struggling on the tires now.
Laps on softs, I think they're pushing the limits on those tires at the moment.
As they both dive into the pit now.
Hitting into the pits.
Jordan staying out, obviously, trying to maybe avoid a little bit of traffic there. So let's see how it pans out as we see Gideon goes on to the soft tire choice, medium tire choice there, putting him back down into, seems like it's going to be 8 or 10. Hopefully.
I think that was the right call there, Scotty, to stay out one more lap.
Half and half there, I won't lie. I'm actually thinking about it quite hard there, because it seems like Gideon's going to have a little bit of traffic to contend with now, but seems like he's out on clean air now. Probably just the Haas to get past him. Both Red Bull drivers on 11th and 12th right now. Let's go up the order just a little bit. Philippe in 3rd place, but he's made his stop already. So it's going to be interesting to see how far up the pack he goes. Jordan
Looks like Jordan and Quinton are working well together to kind of slice through the pack.
Yeah, you think they're just giving each other DRS trains the whole time, and then obviously switching...
Swap position again.
Interesting tactic from the two Ferrari guys.
To catapult themselves back up the leaderboard.
As I just look at the chat now, as we see a few people supporting Geordie there. People asking how the Ferrari boys are doing. Well, they're up into 4th and 5th at the moment. It says Gideon was disqualified, but he's still in the race, so we'll just keep an eye out on that. We don't see any issues here.
Your side, or because on my leaderboard it's not showing that. So
no, I think it was the safety car glitch that I was speaking of.
All right, we'll just ignore that then.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a glitch.
We believe in Gideon anyways, one of the cleanest drivers in the league so far. As we see, Jordan has gone into the pits right now, pulling him out in front of Gideon. So clearly staying out one more lap has played to his benefit, because now he will have, as we see, Matthew's gone off. Matthew has gone off the track, and that brings out the virtual safety car. We're on lap 11, folks, and
oh my word.
3 retirements so far. Alex on the first lap, and now Matthew Smith coming around that corner there.
And we got Ferrari now back up into the podium positions there. As we see Quinton in 3rd and Jordy in 4th.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go on board with Peter.
Well, we fight back up to 8th position also.
Definitely, and he's on the better tire strategy now. As we see, it's Peter has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Oh, mistake there from the Renault boys. They do so well in the race, but this seems like luck isn't on their side. As we see, it is a green light now, and they can continue to race. So Peter can serve his drive-through now. He's got 3 laps to do it. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2 again. It seems like one of the Haas drivers of Graschich, as we see Peter dives into his...
I got struggling on that last little section there of Sector 2, eh?
And I don't know if you guys noticed, but now it's Philippe up into 1st place, and he's already made his pit stop.
Well, he was one of your favorites for today.
Yeah, go Philippe. As we see a little bit of a overtakes happening down the orders. We see Jordan trying to get past Mohammed Faizan now, who's in the Alpha. Oh, they bump a little bit there, but looks like they both fine. No damages to both cars. As we see, there's a battle at the back between Pierre and Gideon as well. Pierre defending quite well. There are all 4 cars in this corner here. Seems like it's making a little bit of a mix-up there. But they're doing quite well to kind of respect each other. As we see Gideon going down the outside there, Pierre having to defend for his position there, but Gideon on the fresher tires at the moment gets past Pierre quite easily with the undercut there, as we're on board with Mohammed Faizan now.
So Scotty, so in the top 10 we just have Quinton and Geordie and Pierre and Peter to still make a stop. It's just those 4 drivers in the top 10 that have not made a stop yet.
You know who we haven't talked about is Alfred J at the moment, who's sitting in 4th.
He's had an amazing race.
And Alfred also needs to still make a pit stop.
Ah, there we go. So obviously he's going to go back down the order a little bit, as obviously the pack is settling down just a little bit. Josh, what are your thoughts on the race so far? Who's impressing you so much?
At the moment, I've got to give it to Philippe. I'm well impressed with how Anthony's raced as well. To come from what was it?
Geordie lost it.
14th.
No!
Geordie lost it.
Is he still in the race? He's still in the race. It seems like he has both his end plates, so he still should be fine. But now Jordan's coming up close to him now. Unfortunately there for the Ferrari boys. I don't know if you guys saw that on the stream, but Geordie has spun out just a little bit, still in the race at the moment. As we see Bernard going up from Gracchich there now, making his way up into 10th. He has made his pit stop. Jordan getting close to Geordie at the moment, who has spun out there. Mohammed.
Anthony Barbara is making a move, well, pretty close to making a move on Alfred for a podium position.
Yes, we see Jordan has just got past Geordie there comfortably. Let's go on board with Anthony now, sitting in 4th, fighting for that podium position now. I think Anthony just has to make one more stop onto the hards, and then he should be good for the race, actually.
He's currently on the hard compound.
Is he on? He is, actually.
Yeah, it seems like he's going for a completely different strategy to everybody else, which is actually quite refreshing.
But he does that usually.
Yeah,
This is the second time we've seen him gone the unconventional way.
Do you think our league is a little bit of a test for him to see how well he does? As Gideon puts in the fastest lap there.
Move up to podium.
Yeah, there we go. As we see Mohammed Faizad with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We did speak to the guys about dive bombing into the pit lane there, and it seems like he did that all on himself there. As we see Anthony moves up into 3rd now, a little bit of a... let's go down the order here, as we see Bailey has moved up into 9th place, getting past Geordie as well. It seems like Geordie is struggling at the moment, guys.
Yeah, I wonder if he got a little bit of damage, and that can affect your car's handling and even your confidence quite dramatically.
Yeah,
it takes time to get back into that zone, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely a shame. It's a shame because he was well on for points today. And yeah, I really hope for his sake that he can get at least 10th, you know, so at least he gets something out of the race.
Definitely.
This is the finishes that I think we've seen from Quinton so far. He's a half a second away from the leader.
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely going to challenge Philippe for it. He's not going to make it easy because Philippe is on, I think, 12-lap-old mediums at the moment, so he's definitely going to struggle there.
They got the same amount of laps on their tires, so both are on mediums. Both have now completed 12 laps.
Yeah, as we're on board with...
standing.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a little bit of a DRS train here between Anthony, Jordan, and Gideon at the moment, as we're on board with Jordan at the moment, making a move on his teammate Anthony there, easily getting past him there, and so does Gideon as well. That was a double overtake on Anthony there, unfortunately, bringing him down back into 5th, but promoting Jordan into 3rd now.
We should see Gideon back in the lead shortly. That man cannot be stopped.
As we can see at on the stream right now. Someone's asking what the fastest lap is at the moment. Let's give you a little bit of a tire update here. As we could see, Alfred, Jordan, and Mohammed all on fresh hards at the moment. Philippe on 12 lap old mediums. So is Quinton, who is on 12 lap old mediums. Obviously matching each other's pace there, as we see Geordie getting a time penalty. Seems like his races are going a little bit downhill at the moment. Hopefully he can bring it back. Bernard and Anthony is on 12 lap old hards. Probably going to make another pit stop there. Maybe going to go all the way with these hards. We'll just have to wait and see. So as we see, Jordan Tolmay is setting the fastest sector at the moment. Let's see who's currently
down to Geordie there. He's busy making a move on Alfred.
Fastest lap at the moment is
Geordie gets past Alfred there for 9th position.
Let's go down the order here. Well done to Geordie. Oh, I just need to sort out my telemetry again. Fastest lap there, as we can see, it's Gideon Rayner with a 129 points. As we see Gratchich getting a time penalty at the moment. I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything at the moment there. I don't know if you guys saw on stream what was the fastest lap there at the moment. As we're on board with Jordan. Seems like Quinton is catching up to Philippe at the moment.
Yeah, he's gotten that. He seems to be catching him about a 0.1 of a second per lap.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it seems like the intervals are jumping up and down at the moment. I think they're both struggling on the tires right now. As we see, Quinton is low on ERS there as his lights are flashing. So that's probably why it's hard for him to get past Philippe. Philippe is probably saving his ERS for another fight, knowing that he can get away with this here. As we look down the order, quite all evenly spread. I think the closest battle so far is between Alfred and Jordi van der Zee. Well, we see Quinton getting really up close with Philippe. Do you think these boys are going to pit anytime soon?
Yeah, I think they'll probably hit in within the next 3 laps.
As we see Quinton is gaining on Philippe at the moment, but he's low on ERS, so...
Yeah, he's just not close enough to make that move.
Yeah, definitely he's eclipsed the curve there just a little bit, offsetting his car, ruining his exit, but he's still got DRS on Quinton at the moment, but...
Yeah, he's putting Philippe under a lot of pressure, though.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely has the pace to possibly take the win today.
But you see, now Gideon and Jordan are both catching up to them, so this is definitely going to be an interesting fight towards the end, actually.
I believe Quinton is also in the top 3 for the championship, for the Drivers' Championship.
I believe
if I recall correctly.
He's sitting in 4th.
Yeah, there we go, 4th place.
Yeah, Lorenzo's still on the leaderboard, but he has retired from the league, so probably by the end of the season, people will be jumping him. So we're on board with Mohammed getting past us. Jordi van der Zee retires from the session.
Oh, no. What happened?
That brings out the safety.
He's out there into a wall there in Sector 2.
Now this
or
is
just at the end of Sector 1.
Now this is going to be very interesting to see at the front now, because this will invite Philippe to jump on to a new set of mediums now. Or would it be the hards? This is going to be interesting to see as he dives down into the pit. Who else follows him? Quinton as well.
I would be surprised if Philippe and Quinton don't go and pit now.
As we see also Jordan and Gideon diving into the pit, so this is definitely going to be interesting to see.
That's a smart move there by Jordan and Gideon, I think. You know, obviously seeing the opportunity to also get back onto fresh tires.
Oh, interesting tactic as Philippe goes onto the soft pair of tires. And
he probably look to increase that gap from between him and Quinton.
Yeah, Philippe is looking to take this race, taking the gamble on the soft tires. 10 laps left in the race. No, actually 11, sorry. Do you think those softs are going to last? As we see, Ruan is overtaking the safety car now to catch up to the back of the pack. We also see Bailey going into the pits for another pair of mediums. Mohammed as well serving his time penalty for a severe collision with Pierre. And so does Gracchich at the moment, is out in the pits, putting on probably a new pair of mediums. What does he go out on? Interesting. He goes out on the softs as well. So
It's a very brave decision, I think, because if you go out on the softs, if you manage those nicely, you could take it.
You know, this safety car has definitely put a spanner in the works for Quinton and Philippe, because I believe Jordan and them were about 3.5 seconds behind. So this is now plays Jordan and Gideon back into striking distance as soon as the race resumes again.
yeah, definitely. As we see here, someone on the chat is Mathis. Mathis has asked, do we think the penalties will make a difference in the race at the moment, as we see 3 of the drivers currently have penalties, and I do believe some of them have served their penalties under the safety car now. So what are your thoughts on that?
I can answer that quickly. So currently Pierre's got an 8-second penalty, so he will definitely jump down about 4 positions as things are right now. Mohammed also has 8 seconds. Gachik has 3-second penalty. So we will see some shuffling once the penalties have been applied.
Yeah, definitely. As we see, the 2 Renault guys have both gone into the points now. It seems like Leandre has
Pierre
gone.
has gotten ahead of Peter again. That's a brilliant fight back there from Pierre.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely put his head down now and driving a more consistent race there, pushing him back up there.
We secretly are rooting for Pierre because, you know, he deserves a good finish. He's had 3 races we did not finish. So, you know, he has so much talent. So we definitely want to see him do well today.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see how well it does right now. And yeah, as we wait for the safety car to come in, as we see a few cars still have to catch up to the pack, but I do believe it should be coming in this lap now. As they get off, there should be 9 laps left of this Grand Prix.
It'll probably be either this lap or at the very least the next lap after, as we see Ruan being quite far behind at the moment.
Yeah. Oh no, he is quite far. He still needs to catch up to the pack, actually. Yeah, so probably there will be 1 more lap of the safety car then. I'm still interested to see how this tire strategy works out for Philip. I was actually corrected the other day. It's not actually Philippe, it's Philip.
Oh, is it not? Oh, we learn something every day, right?
Clearly my French living habits are coming through there, because we call Philip Philippe here.
So it's sad to say that we've gotten 3 retirements out of this race already today. Just goes to show you that this track is not easy.
Definitely not, and it does encourage a lot of racings with 3 DRS zones, and including about 4 quick straights. So it does invite a lot of the people to race. So I do believe the safety car will be going out for 1 more lap. This will benefit to Philippe's strategy here, definitely being out on the softer compound than Quinton, Jordan, and Gideon at the moment. Be interesting to see. What are your predictions there on chat? Let us know. Who do you think is going to win? Tell us who your driver of the day is as well. We'd like to hear from the commentary box as well.
From my side, I have to go with Quinton, because at one point he was down into 15th or 16th position and he's fought back to 2nd. For me, that's a phenomenal drive.
Yeah, definitely. Ferrari boys always underselling themselves in terms of qualifying, but getting up there in the race. So just unfortunate for Jordy there, retired from the session. As we see someone else goes into the pits now, as Connor went into the pits now. I don't think the safety car will stay out for him anymore, as that was a choice of his own. But I'm sure he can catch up to the pack before they... That was an interesting move from Connor there. Do you think that was the right choice of going into the pits now?
Yeah, that is interesting. I think he maybe decided very late that a fresh set might be the right choice here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, as we see, Ruan's finally caught up to the pack now as well, but it looks like Connor's going to catch up quite quickly. So we should see the safety car come in at the end of this lap now.
Yeah, definitely.
Racing pursuit with about 8 laps or so left after that.
Yeah, definitely. 8 laps. I think Philippe will definitely make it with those softer. As we see, someone on the chat said, "I wanted to go for Jordi as driver of the day, but however, he crashed."
He took that decision away from you.
quite a harsh comment there, but we do believe Jordi is one of the most consistent drivers in the league. As we see, Race Control has announced that the safety car is in this lap. So Philippe leads the pack in first, Quinten in second, Jordan in third, Gideon in fourth.
Gideon's going to be able to get past Jordan now with the restart.
And interesting enough as well, Anthony went on to the softer compound as well. So this is going to be a very close, tight race there. Alfred sitting comfortably in sixth. Let's go on board with Philippe now as he's going to lead the pack away.
Well, they will be able to finish the race on softs.
And there we go, and Rob Philippe has now started the pack, and he's easily, as we can see, Jordan has gone past Quinten. They're all going side by side there, as Gideon is a little bit, Quinten sticks. Oh, it's very close there, the first corner there. Let's go, a little bit of bargy there. But Quinten...
Fighting back, nicely defending. Wow.
This is definitely going to invite Philippe to get a gap in between everyone there. As we see them still fighting it out. DRS has not been activated yet. So the guys still have to wait for that. As we see Jordan and Gideon now racing there in third and fourth. Do you think this
Gideon
is...
peek there on Jordan, just letting him know that he is there.
Definitely, as we see them go all cleanly there, as we see some of the backpacks have disappeared a little bit there. One of the Haas drivers, Gratschich, obviously losing a little bit of time there, but we're still on board with Quinten now. Philippe pulling away a 1 second gap from Quinten so far. So this is definitely going to help Philippe in the later stages in the race.
He's definitely going to have the advantage, at least for the first five laps or so. But after that, I think the medium starts becoming the better compound to be.
Yeah, definitely. So he's going to have to make up most of his time now. Hopefully deploying. We can see Quinten is deploying a lot of his ERS as he's catching up to Philippe, but losing a little bit more time there. This is crucial for Philippe now as he puts in the fastest lap of a 129.411. Interesting to see. As we see,
Philippe is having brilliant. This is probably the best outing for him that we've seen this season.
Yeah, definitely. He's probably going to be one of the contenders to take the championship if he gets enough points, you know. See, there's a little bit of...
Where is Philippe currently in the championship?
I think he's 5th overall, if I'm not mistaken. As we're on board with Jordan, as we see the pack slowly, as we see Alpha J went into the pits there for some reason. Probably changing a new wing there, not too sure. Philippe is struggling to get away from Quinten at the moment, so this is definitely going to play into Quinten's hand at the end of the race. So we're going to have to...
Just keep him within that 1 second. Once the 5 laps have gone, Quinten will have the advantage.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's just trying to play his strategy well.
As we see, Philippe isn't... He's struggling on these tires just a little bit to get away from him. And also Jordan and Gideon also in this kind of slipstream train from everyone else. It's getting quite interesting here, folks. We can't tell who's
Interesting. Quinten's second sector was 0.7 of a second faster than his previous best.
Yeah, but as we can see, Philippe now is getting rid of that gap, but it's just the slipstream is so strong as we see Leandre pulling the fastest lap now of a 129.1. A little bit of...
putting their heads down at these last dying moments of this race. Everybody obviously seeing that they have a chance here now being all bunched up like this.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a battle between Pierre and Bailey at the moment for that 8th place position as they go side by side. As we can see, DRS is now activated. Peter pulling the fastest lap.
Seems to be having a problem getting past Jordan. Jordan obviously being a very talented driver and well versed in the arts of defense.
That was a really close call there for Pierre and Connor. There's Pierre. Pierre gets past him now. Bailey sitting there in 10th place at the moment. Very clean racing from these drivers at the moment. As we see Philippe now is pulling a gap right at the top there. Interesting.
It looks like Red Bull might just stretch their lead even further as they seem to be the only team in the top 10 that have both of their drivers in the top 10.
Oh, no, if you look at the McLaren boys sitting comfortably in 3rd and 4th as well, respectively.
Yes, thank you for correcting me. So we have 2 teams in the top 10.
Yeah, definitely, but this DRS train is getting a little bit complicated as we see Quinton is really low on ERS. They're deploying all of it, just trying to keep these guys at bay. As we see Jordan runs wide there, inviting Gideon into the...
For 3rd.
Oh, interesting enough, Leonte getting the fastest lap again with a 128.743. This is getting interesting, folks, here in the dying moments of this league race, eh?
Right on, Quinton. Do you think Quinton's gonna, buckle under the pressure from Gideon, or just keep his head down and focus on Philip?
Ooh, I think Gideon is going to get past there. He's going to want to take that first place position there. Peter with the fastest lap there of a 128.561.
Ooh, you can see he's pushing hard as I saw his back end get wiggly there coming out of that corner.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit weird on my map. I see Peter is down into 13th, actually.
Yeah, that's right. He is.
Quite far back down the pack there. As Pierre loses the position to Bailey. So interesting move from Bailey there.
See, just about a little less than 5 laps left here.
Yeah, as we see Gideon and Jordan are still battling out here, but let's stay on board here as the times are dropping here. 3 laps to go after this.
Do you think Jordan's going to have another run at Gideon here in the final straight?
He probably will. He's about 1/10 down from him. And we can also see that Gideon now has DRS on Quinton, but Quinton also has DRS from Philippe. It's going to be a very interesting battle towards the end of the race.
I mean, we're following the front runners so much now, but it's just that there's so much action going on.
Exactly, guys. Unfortunately, we can't catch everything, but this front row runners are just going for it, especially with Leandre as well. He's just hanging on.
Philip is doing a fantastic job just with all this pressure keeping the lead.
Yeah, definitely. The pressure will be put on him, but he is a calm and collective driver, and we are rooting for him at the moment, sitting comfortably in first there with Quinton in second, Gideon in third. As you can see, there's a trade of at least 6 cars here in front as we see Pierre grabbing another 3-second time penalty, probably struggling on those hard compounds at the moment.
As we see a little bit of a lock-up there by Quinton, braking hard for that corner.
Yeah, definitely, as there's a DRS train again with these guys.
They just can't seem to break away from each other, these top 5 or 6 guys.
Definitely not, eh? As we go down onto Jordan here, who's also still following in the DRS train. It's interesting to see how this is going to play out at the end of the race, because Quinton actually has DRS, but low on ERS at the same time. And the rest of the guys behind them are obviously preserving how much ERS they have towards the end of the race. It's quite exciting stuff to watch here, folks.
I would expect Gideon to start pulling a move here at the end of this straight.
Yeah, definitely. As we're on board with him, he's moving to the left, but still making it. Oh, he bumps into him. Gideon spins out. Gideon spins out.
He outbraked himself a little bit, made contact with Quinton's rear end, and then I think got pushed by Jordan.
This invites Anthony up into 3rd place and back down into 4th as we see Leandre and Jordan now fighting it out for that 4th place.
That's allowed to slip past Jordan for 3rd place.
Yeah. This is definitely getting interesting now, folks, as Quinton now puts a 1 second gap between him and Anthony. So now it's just the front two row runners now fighting for that number one spot. It's going to be interesting finish here, folks.
Quinton needed that little bit of breathing room so he could focus on getting the job done. Because since he's gotten that breathing room, he's decreased the gap between him and Philip quite substantially.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, what is your prediction so far as we have 3 laps left, coming up to the 3rd lap left now? What are your predictions for the race finish?
You know what? I think either Quinton or Philip could easily take this because they are just so close.
Yeah, but we see... yeah, sorry?
But I think throwing both McLaren boys in there could put a small monkey wrench into the top two's plans. But I mean, like we've said all along, don't count out these guys. They're fast, they're quick, and they know if they make a mistake, they will pounce on it.
Yeah, as we see,
yeah, absolutely.
We see a little bit of battling here out at first.
Side by side there, it was side by side there with Philip.
Yeah, definitely. But I've lost the leaders here as there's it's still so close here between first place and 5th place. I feel Philippe is backing up the pack a little bit, but you know what? He's just sticking his neck out still in front, so he's still getting it. But they're all about 5/10 within each other there, all running out of ERS there.
The guys are so close to the final 2 laps. They just need to bear with it.
Oh my gosh, this is exciting stuff here from the front row pack now. So we see there's a little bit of a race happening between the 2 Renault brothers, who are sitting comfortably in 6th and 7th now.
The McLaren boys today as well, working fantastically well as a team.
Yeah, definitely. They're probably wanting to get into that podium position for both of them, but they're going to have to get past the likes of Philippe and Quinton, who we are on board with right now. As we see...
yeah, so you look at the McLaren boys here, you can see them working together as the slingshot Jordan fought Anthony.
It's Quinton goes side by side with Philippe here, clean racing as the Philippe cuts him off just there. Fantastic racing.
Just so far.
Fantastic racing here, guys. There's also the McLaren boys behind as Leandre gets past Jordan there. Fantastic.
Came out of nowhere.
Fantastic racing here from everyone. There's 2 laps left of this Grand Prix. Can Philippe hold that position as Jordan gets a 3-second time penalty?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, and Quinton just got tapped there by Anthony.
Yeah, that pushes the gap up for Philippe just a little bit there. So far as the standings hold, it's 1, 2, and 3. We have Philippe and Quinton and Anthony there so far on the podium, as we see Jordan and Leandre fighting it out, but they all have DRS there except for Philippe. This is an interesting league race battle so far here, guys.
This is one of the best battles or finishes to a race I've seen so far this season.
Yeah, clearly that safety car, as we see Jordan and Leandre fighting it out there. Everyone low on ERS at the moment now.
The guys come around the last corner to start the last lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
This is going to be interesting to see in the last lap now.
He needs to make it in this lap or forget about it.
Ooh, there he goes, breaking late there as we see Jordan also making a move on Leandre, but Leandre takes it back there, a little bit of arching.
He's going for it!
He's going to go for it! He's going for the outside, it is the last lap! Overtakes! A little bit of a dive bomb there, who takes it a little bit, and then by Anthony, back up to there! Quinton's in the lead! Quinton is in the lead there, folks! Interesting stuff to see with Philippe ran wide there, inviting Anthony Barbara! Clearly those soft tires are definitely going off there. No, he's jumping down forward. Anthony moving up into 2nd, Jordan into 3rd now! Oh, a little bit of a dive bomb there from the 2 there! This is
Second and third, Clarence. They both pushed Philip out to 4th place.
Yeah, definitely is the two McLaren boys, 2nd and 3rd at the moment, but they still fighting it out. Quinton running off into the distance there. This is interesting stuff, but it's not over yet, folks. There's still a few corners left. This is such interesting racing now. The two here, Red Bull drive.
Keep together for one more corner. And we can see him take his first win of the season.
This is interesting stuff to see as Quinton takes the Bahrain Grand Prix, followed by Anthony. Leandre up to 3rd. What happened to Jordan there? Oh, it was the time penalties. That definitely bumps up Leandre to 3rd there. Interesting to see. Philippe keeps his 4th place. Bernard in 5th.
What a drive by Quinton today. I'm sorry, but he is my driver of the day. I think he went from 14th or 15th, something like that, to the race. He gets my vote for the day.
Oh my gosh, this was a interesting race as Pierre comes around there for 10th place, hopefully. Let's see, he gets a 5-second time penalty. Peter Ma to come across the finish line there in 11th place. Yes,
also
that's
mentioning there that Pierre finally got some points on the board, so congratulations to him as well.
Well done to him
Very
as
happy for him.
Gratschitz comes across the line in 12th place. Mohamed Faizan, also the few last cars, Connor all the way down. Not a good results for the AlphaTauri boys as, Bailey as well, 7th place. Well done to him.
Right, who do you want me to line up for you, Scotty?
Shall we go for the first place guys, Quinton?
Driver of the day quickly.
Probably going to
announce that now.
Anthony
Barbara.
Interesting.
Very nice. That is actually, I'm going to quickly check for you. That's actually the 2nd time he got voted driver of the day for this season.
Yeah, this has been a very...
Now 5 races, that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't Anthony, it definitely would have been Quinton, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. No, like amazing races by these two guys, for sure.
Well, should we get who should we get in?
Put Anthony first.
Yeah, let's get Anthony in first, who finished 2nd.
Hello there, Anthony. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Well done, 2nd place and driver of the day. So tell us, you started 10th on the grid. Was it a bit complicated making your way up the pack there? What tires did you start on?
Actually, I tried to qualify on the mediums, but my lap was disaster. And I went to the softs. Got P7, then went back to P10. I was praying to start P11, but yeah. I had to start on the softs in P10, which is not a good place. Safety car came out, and I was trying to decide whether I would go for the mediums or maybe take the hards to the end. I first pre-selected the mediums, then while trampling down to pit lane, I quickly changed to hards because I saw everybody else was going to the mediums, so I thought, let's go different. And I was actually going to take them to the end. They only were like 45% after the safety car came out, so they would have definitely made it to the end, but safety car came out and went to the softs. Yeah.
Okay,
basically.
That's interesting. Well, how is tire wear on this track? I know it's quite gruesome, but how was it? Was it a struggle for you guys?
It's more or like same like Australia, I think. At least for me, the wear isn't too bad. So
okay,
I don't know for the other, but could be down to setup as well.
Yeah, in terms of those last place, those last lap battles, though, how intense was that for you? It seemed like there was a lot of how could we say this? A lot of places being switched there in terms of positions there, as we see Philippe drop down the orders. How intense was that for you?
Yeah, I was basically babysitting my car. It's like a Sunday drive. Let them maybe crash or something. and yeah, it did happen. Then in the last lap, I was trying to go for P1, but I don't know what the actual fuck was he doing, my teammate. He dived me in turn 10, I think. And I saw him the last minute, and
Yeah, we saw
I
it.
didn't make I didn't make much of a room, of course, but I saw him last minute.
Yeah, the what happened there was actually you outbraked yourself a little bit, and you made contact with Quinton, and that contact actually made your teammate hit your back end, and that's what happened there.
With Quinton? Oh, that was the previous lap, not the last lap.
Oh, okay, I see, all right.
Yeah. I saw. That was the previous lap. Yeah, I outbraked myself and hit him a bit, but.
But it is what it is.
Yeah,
And I mean, we can discuss those things once the steward submissions have been done. But once again, congratulations, getting driver of the day. Let's quickly have a chat to Quinton, our winner of the day.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
definitely.
Yeah, I really didn't expect that because I went away for the weekend, came back probably half an hour before the race, and did like 2 time trial laps. So I was a bit off pace, but yeah, it's quite strange. I must say, I didn't expect the win.
Yeah, but
What surprised me, Quinton, was you qualified. I think it was still within the top 10 because I think it was about 8th or something.
Sixth, I
And
think,
then you dropped down to like 14th, 15th or something after lap 1. So again, you had bad luck off the start, and then you just put your head down, and you and Geordie were working together and just fighting, cutting through the pack.
Yeah, no, after the first safety car, my softs were quite worn from the qualifying, so then I immediately went on the mediums. So I have an open strategy to like nurse the tires to either go medium or medium hard. And yeah, so it worked out. And with myself and Geordie, we stayed together the whole time. If he had DRS, I let him pass. If I have, he lets me pass. So we just, so we don't cause any collisions between us. So it worked quite well. It's just a pity that he lost his car towards the end of the race.
yeah, that's true though. That's true. But you Ferrari boys are quite sporadic in a sense, like you qualify, you basically like undersell yourself in the qualifying, and for some reason you guys manage to always get up in the pack there. What is the secret to the Ferrari success here? We're quite curious because you guys are quite consistent in the race, and then you guys put on such a good show. Like, tell us, what is your secret?
Sure. It must remain a secret, I guess. No, just keep
Nice.
calm and just.
And I think good communication within the team, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
We have a good team. Yeah.
yeah, something different towards the real life Ferrari team, shall we say? So, congrats, eh? First place. How are you feeling about that, though?
Scotty, can you put up the splash screen there for us on the stream? Are we looking at the lobby?
Just
I must
hold
say
on.
The last few laps were quite intense because the guy in front of me was on soft and behind me on soft, and to try and get past and keep the other one behind me, that was, yeah, I'm exhausted. Cool, thanks.
Nah, I just wanted to say, congrats, bro. You definitely deserve the win. You guys worked so hard for it. Well done.
Cool, thank you. Okay, cool. Cheers, guys.
Dragged Philippe into the chat for us quickly so we can quickly have a phenomenal drive by you today, Philippe. Really great. I mean, up until the last lap, you were holding back all the attacking dogs.
Yeah, exactly. It was a quite intense race, to be fair. A very exciting last stint for me, especially being the only guy top 3 to go onto the softs, and yeah, trying to make them still have the performance throughout the whole stint, But yeah, it was an interesting race, though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I had major issues with the tire wear, especially the last lap, and yeah, where I really couldn't get traction down. Yeah, I got so much wheel spin, and yeah, I think it was fair to Quentin to overtake me. He was so faster on those mediums. So yeah, I hoped for a podium finish, but then I got rear-ended into the last corner. So yeah, P4 is good. I think my target is always to get a podium finish, although it's quite difficult, with all these competitive drivers. But yeah, I feel sometimes one of the top drivers crashes out, or yeah, something happens to them, then I can be there and trying to get that podium finish, But yeah, top 4, top 3 is often my target. Thank you very much, guys.
It was good, and then I spun on that awful curb going up the hill. Broke my front wing, and then I had to recover from it. The last safety car helped me, but you can touch it like the tiniest bit, but as soon as you get like 2 wheels on it, it's like you can't touch it at all, basically. Yeah, I did, yeah. It was good. I had front wing damage the whole time I was fighting him. It was nothing to do with him. When Connor, me and him were fighting, I went a little bit too deep into the corner, and I braked a lot later than Connor, and I hit the back end of him, breaking my front wing. It was no one's fault. It was completely mine. But I had to fight Pierre with front wing damage. Yes, definitely. Especially with only one driver on the grid as well. Yeah, of course.
Firstly, if you guys are watching the stream, please like, share, and subscribe, because we do this every single week, and it really means a lot to us that you guys enjoy the content we put out, the content that Quentin and Scotty put together, and it'll help the YouTube algorithm to say, okay, this is the most popular thing. So yeah, thank you so much for chatting to us during the live stream. We really appreciate it, showing your support for all the drivers, me included. Yeah, and see you guys next week. Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. It's been fun.
Sorry guys, and you definitely couldn't hear me there. Made a little bit of a scuff up there. But thank you so much for tuning in to our league race right now. Yeah, so that concludes Bahrain. Very exciting. Loved every second of it. So much action happening. Honestly, I couldn't keep up myself. So if you see me scrolling around so much on the stream, it's because I was trying to find the action which was happening everywhere. It was just spectacular driving from all the drivers. Congrats to Quinton, his first win in Synergy F1 League, and definitely one to be watching in the league. Like Josh said, please, if you like the stream, like and support us, like and subscribe. It means a lot to us, and we do a lot of work, and also these drivers practice a lot during the week. So we appreciate the support and whatnot. We'll definitely be back again next week for a race, which I will put up soon on the stream so you can see. But yeah, guys, have a lovely afternoon, and thank you for tuning in.
Dude, thanks so much for including me. I loved that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That's why I kind of kept quiet for the majority of it. Hola. And I'll let you guys get to the steward stuff. I'll check you guys later.
No, fuck's sake.
I don't really know what happened. The person that wiped him out
safety car.
dive bombed everyone on the second safety car. I don't know why. Yeah, Mohammed, the person that put him in the wall. He just dive bombed everyone. He's the 5 Zan guy, or whatever it is. Huh?
No, fuck's sake.
What, when he got crashed out?
Oh,
Yeah,
safety
that's the
car.
start. That's the start. Yeah, there's so many people. There's so many people on that outside of that Ferrari. He couldn't move. I think I'm there and McLaren's there as well.
Oh, safety car.
I don't really know. Like the Mohammed didn't really back away when like there was no space on the inside. So I don't really know why he went for it. Yeah. I saw it. I think Mohammed is a 5-second penalty because he didn't back away. Like there was no space on that inside. That's me though. Oh fuck. Yeah, because if you look at Alex's or Alexander's, sorry, you see there's nothing on the inside for like.
What the fuck?
Like, because there's a car to his left, so he can't move to the left, and then Mohammed's gone for like the inside move, and there's no track on the inside anymore. So he's basically trying to pass him on dirt. And then he doesn't try and brake to stop. He just keeps going, and that's how they end up in the wall. Oh, it was a great fight between me and Pierre there. It was actually kind of clean. It was a nice fight to fight with him. I should have pulled away from him, but like I said, I had from damage. What do you mean? Look. Oh, I've just opened Google Maps. Yeah. So I reckon the first one with Alex. Hello, I can't find it now. Yeah, Alex, a driver DMB. I definitely think that's a 5-second penalty for Mohammed. That's what I think. Because I understand he gets squeezed, but obviously the Ferrari can't do much. I didn't see this Philippe one. What happened to Philippe? Oh yeah, Philippe gets proper bumped. Jesus. What's this? Yeah, Mohammed. Oh, the Williams incident. Look at Mohammed's thingy. Yeah, he's going for. Yeah, look at Mohammed's one. He's going for a move that isn't there. So it's the same with like the Alex. There's no space. I don't know why he went for it, but that's me. Yeah. You drifted right now, man. Oh. Back. Yeah, so I feel like it's a 5-second time penalty for Mohammed. So look at Alex's, and then if you, yeah, which he's completely fine with, and then the AlphaTauri comes up with a move that's not there. And then if you go down a little bit to Mohammed, where it says Synergy Williams incident, you'll see he went for a move that just isn't there. Like, he's literally going to go off the track to try and pass him. One second, I'm sorry, I'm watching this. The rear ended, I don't really know what you want to do with that. It's one of those that, like, he gained an advantage because he hit him. Yeah, Philippe's one, just below Alex's. He kind of punts him and then gains an advantage from hitting him. Yeah. I don't know what you want to do with that one. Yeah. It's fine. We gained an advantage by hitting him. Yeah, actually, yeah. Not thinking about it. Oh, is it on the last lap? I didn't actually notice that. Oh yeah, it is. Damn. Yeah, definitely a 3 second then. How does it put him to third? Puts him to fourth, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, caught one. And then the next one, which is the exceeded track limits to remove pen. To be honest, he went off the track himself.
I never got
He did it to
into the
himself.
first two. That's the problem.
Like, he completely messed up his brake. Oh wait, he got all 3 track limits on the same lap. Yeah, so look at it. Look at his picture above. It looked lap 22, lap 22, lap 22, all exceeded track limits, and then he got a 3 second time penalty on lap 22. Move that, yeah. Does that put him like past me? I think it does. I think he was close enough. Alright, I'll just carry on. Yeah. Is that new?